the Enforcer.
You're called enforcers, Gordon. I sell women's shoes.
And the Stallion.
Stallion, baby! I am not what you would call a handsome man. I'll kick you in the nuts and you'll smile at me and like it. Oh, nice! Wow.
Welcome to another edition of the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast, where we are not having any technical issues whatsoever. But welcome to the show. We are here, the Stallions here, the Enforcers here, but more importantly, we are here once again joined by Green Ant, Chikara's own resilient rookie. Welcome back to the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast, my friend.
Thank you. This is twice in a week.
Twice in a week. And listen, today we're gonna talk about the NXT Takeover Chicago. We're gonna talk about Money in the Bank, but first, I want to talk about your weekend, Green Ant. Last time we spoke to you, you were about to share the ring with a pioneer in the independent scene, a certain Colt Cabana. I got a chance to watch the match. I want to hear your thoughts on it before I say anything. I want to hear you, Colt Cabana, the Johnny King Invitational over the weekend. What did you think of that match?
Oh, what an amazing time for myself. Crazy to me to be at this stage of my career and face Colt Cabana and tie him up in a few knots he wasn't expecting. That was quite the learning day for me and him.
I got a chance to watch the match, and I want to say from the beginning, it looks like he took you a little bit lightly. Is that fair to say?
It feels like it, but I'm sure towards the end he decided that taking me lightly was not the way to go.
That's for certain. I mean, like you said, you tied him up in a couple of knots, but I think most importantly, most impressively, the crowd, Colt Cabana, fan favorite. Everybody loves Colt. Boom, boom, boom. The crowd was behind Green Ant, I would say 3/4 of the way through the match. And to me, I think it was just a case of experience, and that's really it. But, I mean, you hung toe-to-toe, with Colt Cabana it was, about a 10, 12-minute match, I would say?
I think the official time was 10:15, 10:18, which is certainly no easy feat to do when you're in there with a man like Colt Cabana.
That's for sure. And I think, like you said, so young in the career, made your debut, 5 months ago, February?
February, yep.
And now here we are 5 months in, you're wrestling Colt Cabana. The sky is the limit. And right now we're going to harness that knowledge, I feel like, and we're taking that on and we're taking that forward.
Absolutely.
What's next? What's next for the Green Ant?
What's next for the Green Ant? Well, coming up on my schedule, if we're going, that's what's next. Scranton, PA, PPW Wrestling, the 23rd of this month. But if we're looking long-term, I'm looking for King of Trios. I'm looking to find myself a third. Hopefully Worker Ant comes and joins us, and let's go all the way to King of Trios.
That would be fantastic. I mean, if Worker Ant's not looking, to join, we have Officer Magnum. Let's not count out the importance of Officer Magnum. He's a great third wheel.
He will certainly be a welcome addition to this team whenever he would like.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I want to congratulate you on an awesome match with Colt. Like you said, he definitely, he started out in a joking Colt Cabana-esque manner, and then, halfway through the match, he had a serious game face on because the Green Ant showed him what's what, and the power of the Ant and Chikara Wrestle Factory. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. You can't take us lightly over here.
Well, that's for sure. And, he learned the hard way. But so spoke about the Green Ants weekend. Now let's get to this weekend, WWE, NXT, they got like 12 shows in a row, 46, 47 hours of programming, it looks like. I think Money in the Bank starts Saturday afternoon at like 1 o'clock now. It's a 36-hour show. They got, every week seems to be there adding more matches. This one, Joe, what's the start time on this one? 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock?
I think that the NXT show is an 8 o'clock start. That's what I'm going with. But the Money in the Bank is a 7 p.m. Start on Sunday night. So get comfortable, get some caffeine going, because that's what you're probably going to need on Sunday for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, well, let's start with NXT. It's a little bit easier show to get through. Joe, I know you said you have the schedule, the match card up, so we'll let you MC it. Money in the Bank. Speaking of Colt Cabana, Money in the Bank comes to us from Chicago, home of Colt Cabana, home of the recently not victorious CM Punk. That's
he was batting 50% that weekend.
That's
I
right.
mean, not guilty, not victorious.
I mean, but what's more important? Personally, I would take the not guilty in the courtroom.
I agree. That payday was a lot better than whatever UFC payday would have been.
I think they said he something $5 million at Dr.
40 was around what I was hearing. That's crazy to me.
And actually, during your match with Colt Cabana, there was a not guilty chant. I thought that was awesome too. It was a big weekend for Colt Cabana. Not guilty, wrestling the Green Ant back to Chikara. I think that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Joe, let's kick us off. What's the opening match on NXT Takeover Chicago?
Well, I don't know what the opener will be. There's 5 matches, so I'm just gonna go. I'll go bottom to top here on Wikipedia. So the first match that's listed is the women's championship match, which is Shayna Baszler against Nikki Cross.
Green Ant, let's start us off. What do you think? Shayna Baszler, Nikki Cross.
I've got Shayna Baszler on this one. Nikki Cross, to me, is too much of a little bit of a wild card. She can't focus in on that championship.
I don't want to come out the gate disagreeing with you, but I'm gonna say Nikki Cross. I think I'm a big fan of Sanity. I wish they were. I mean, Sanity. I don't know if anybody's seen them or the Authors of Pain. I don't know if I haven't seen them in months, but I'm a big fan of Nikki Cross, and I think it's time we're building some challenges for Shayna Baszler. I know they signed the other 2 horsewomen, Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. So I don't know, horsewomen I say in quotes. But I don't know if they're looking some long term for that. But I'm pulling for Nikki Cross on this one.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Shayna Baszler too. If I'm definitely going with Green on this one. Way too soon for her to drop the title after she just won it. So I'm gonna stick with Shayna on this one. So the next match on the card is Ricochet against the Velveteen Dream.
Is there any truth to the rumor that Ricochet hurt himself over the weekend, Joe?
I believe that Triple H debunked that on a conference call this week and said that he would be ready to go on Saturday. So I don't know how injured he is in reality, but when the H's says he's good to go, I'm going with that. So
okay. Well, my money, I see Ricochet. I think Ricochet all the way. I think it's too early to have him lose on such a big show, and I'm a huge fan of Ricochet, and I'm sure they have some long-term plans for him. And, nothing against the Velveteen Dream, but I just think it's Ricochet's time right now. Joe, what do you think?
I'm also going to agree with you and go with Ricochet. I think this is his second takeover. The first one was that ladder match that he had, which he did really well in. I think that just based off the story, I think with Dream turning on him in that handicap match, I'm going to say that Ricochet gets some revenge and gets the win.
Green Ant, what do you got?
Well, I'm making it a perfect 3, but for a different reason. I just saw on my Twitter feed, Ricochet did a tug of war with a lion, baby lion. And I don't see Velveteen Dream out there doing tug of wars with lions to prep.
That's a good point. I mean, he did hit a savage elbow off the top of a ladder, but ladder's not a lion. So
ladders hurt. Lions, that's strength training.
Ladders hurt, lions kill.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so we're 3 for 3 on Ricochet.
So next, we're going to go to the tag team titles, which is Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong against Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch.
Green Ant, something you need to know about me. Red Dragon, my favorite tag team of all time. I am a huge Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong fan. However, this pains me to say, maybe just going with my heart here, I think Oney and Danny Burch are going to take the titles from the Undisputed Era, mainly selfishly, so Undisputed Era can win them back at NXT TakeOver in New York, which I'm going to be at. So for this one, I'm saying Oney and Danny Burch.
Very interesting. See, I'm going with you as well because Oney likes the point. Danny Burch likes to do the number 2, which is one finger away from the point. I like my guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could. That makes sense. Joe?
I don't really have any good logic for this one, but I'm just gonna go with the champs. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Birch and Oni are an interim feud to get them somewhere else. I'm not sure what that'll be. Maybe the War Raiders or something like that. But I'm gonna stick with the champs on this one. So I'll go the opposite and go with the Undisputed Era. Let's go for the title match. It's Aleister Black against Lars Sullivan.
Green Ant, kick us off. What do you think?
Aleister Black on this one. You might be strong, Lars, but you take a spin kick to the face.
So I'm gonna go with Aleister Black as well. I think it's too soon for him to drop the title, and I think that as big as Lars is, this is not a spot for him to win the title. So I'm gonna say that Aleister Black wins. What do you got, Mikey?
I agree with you completely. Another 3 for 3. Aleister Black is one of the best things in NXT right now, and Lars Sullivan, he is new. He is a monster. But I think they have long-term plans for Aleister Black. So let's go with Aleister Black.
Sounds good. So the last match on the card is a Chicago street fight, a rematch from the last takeover, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa.
I'm here. Everybody is saying Candice LeRae is going to turn on Johnny Gargano. And I don't believe that's going to happen because I believe in the power of love, Joe Green Ant, and I believe in Johnny Gargano. I think Johnny Gargano wins the street fight in impressive match of the year candidate fashion, and I'm going with Johnny Wrestling.
Oof, I'm on Ciampa on this one. I feel he's got nothing else to lose. I mean, you lose to Gargano last time. You can't come back and lose again. You got to come out swinging in a Chicago street fight.
I agree. I'm going to go with Tommaso Ciampa as well. I think that I'm not sure if they're going to do a third match in this series. I kind of hope that they do. So I think that Ciampa will win this one, and maybe we'll get a rubber match maybe at the next takeover. So that is Takeover Chicago, my friends. So if you want, I'll just jump right into Money in the Bank because there's 10 whole matches for us to predict. So
10 matches for Money in the Bank?
10 matches. Well, it starts at 7, so these shows are going to be stretch it out because get comfortable. So let's go with, I believe, what the pre-show match is going to be, or at least one of them, which is the SmackDown tag titles, the Bludgeon Brothers defending against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Wait a second. There's 10 matches, and the tag team titles are on the pre-show?
I believe that is what I heard this week. I'm sure that's subject to change, but I did see that was the pre-show match, or one of the ones that was listed as pre-show match. So yes, let's start there.
That's brutal. I guess when you have 400 titles, though, one of the titles is bound to be on the pre-show. Bludgeon Brothers. Plus, because did you see what Luke Harper tweeted about Carl Anderson's hot Asian wife? Did anybody see that?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he asked Carl Anderson if his hot Asian wife was going to be there. And I thought that was fantastic because that's probably the most personality we've seen from Luke Harper in WWE. But I'm a big fan of them, and I think they have the titles for a little while longer. So I'm going with Harper and Rowan. Green Ant, what do you got?
I'm with the Bludgeon Brothers. When Harper was down here in Chikara, I've talked to a few guys that have wrestled him, and they say he'll kick your face off, and I believe them. So Bludgeon Brothers is.
When he actually started to when he was down there in Chikara, did he not wrestle Claudio Castagnoli in a cage match?
He certainly did.
I knew it. That's where I saw that match from. That was a fantastic match between the two, and that was when I started becoming a huge fan of then Brody Lee. So that's awesome. A little bit of trivia. Look at that. All Night Long Wrestling Podcast is bringing the news today, baby.
Bring it around.
I'm going to go with the Bludgeon Brothers as well. No reason for them to lose it here. I think it's, again, they're probably going to go on to a different feud shortly after this, so I'm going to say they keep the tag titles. All right, so we'll jump into some of the singles matches now. Let's start with Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass.
Facepalm. Daniel Bryan, and I don't have anything else to say. Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with you guys too. I'll be supremely depressed if Big Cass wins this match.
It's
So
going to be
we'll go
awesome.
with him.
Big
Bryan.
Cass, Sheamus is Daniel Bryan, and he beats him in 9 seconds.
Good Lord. Let's go to Bobby Lashley against Sami Zayn. And I know I haven't been going first, but I'll just throw it out there because I don't really have a lot to say about it and say that Bobby Lashley is going to win this match.
Is it an obstacle course match, Joe, or is it a professional wrestling match?
Hold on. Sammy. Nope, it's just a regular singles match, it looks like. No sisters of Bobby Lashley, no obstacle course that I've been able to see in any description.
There are no guarantees that the sisters won't be there, though.
Good point. That's a good point.
Well, now, Green Ant, what do you got? I'm still torn. I'm going to make up my decision. You got to go now.
I'm on Sami Zayn. I say he bought his sisters some front row seats, and that distraction is gonna hurt Bobby Lashley.
Eerily reminiscent of the Hart brothers against Survivor Series against Jerry Lawler. I like it. And you know what? You swayed me. I'm going Sami Zayn all the way. The generic luchador himself, baby. Let's go, Sammy.
I hope that the Hart brothers didn't hear you compare them to Bobby Lashley's sisters in drag.
No, it wasn't a drag. No, it was.
They're his sisters.
Yeah, sister, not drag.
My fault.
Out of context.
Let's go with Seth Rollins versus Elias for the Intercontinental Championship.
This is a toss-up. You know what? No, I'm walking with the big man. I'm walking with Elias, baby. Elias all day. Green Ant, who you got?
I walk with Elias as well.
As big of a fan as I am of Elias, I'm going to say Seth Rollins keeps it here and continues the momentum that he's had for the last couple of months. So let's go to the big dog, Roman Reigns against Jinder Mahal.
I want to hear Green Ant's opinion of Roman Reigns.
So I wrestled a match not too long ago where I hit the guy with 3 Superman punches and then a spear and a hoo-ah just to make sure it went home. And the guy kicked out. So either that means my technique is off or Roman Reigns isn't as strong as he looks. So Jinder Mahal it is.
That is Joe, who you got?
I'm going to go with Roman. I think, I don't know. I think just when in doubt, I'm going to go with Roman. So I'll take Reigns.
When in doubt, Roman out. I'm going to go with Jinder Mahal to be different. And I believe the Colossus and the returning Singh brothers. Yeah, let's go with Jinder Mahal. Let's see Roman get pinned for the first time in 6 years.
Okay, so Carmella versus Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Somehow, some way, Carmella's going to win, and I'll probably be frustrated. Green Ant, what do you think?
I have Asuka in this, but I have the same feelings. Maybe a James Ellsworth return, maybe a Green Ant return.
Oh, I mean, sign me up for that one.
I think Carmella is going to retain the title. I'm not sure if it's going to be a DQ or something along those lines, but I think that she will retain the title here. So now we'll go to the Raw Women's Championship match, which is Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey.
Oof, this one might be tough. I foresee in my head Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez. That's how I see this one playing out. I don't know. I feel like Natalya will at some point cost Ronda the match via DQ because I think Corey Graves said it maybe like a month ago. As soon as they announced the match, he's like, I wonder how Natalya feels about her friend getting a title shot. So I think they're planting the seeds of a back-turning maneuver here, and I think I get DQ finish, so I think Ronda will win by DQ.
I'm on.
Go ahead, Grant.
I'm on Ronda winning, but I'm with Natalya waiting until after Ronda wins to go ahead and attack and get her shot.
Yeah, that's a good call. I'm torn on those two. Those are the two options I had. I think I'm gonna stick with Nia Jax retaining somehow, but I don't know. I do think the Natalya heel turn is coming soon, so I agree with both of you guys on that. Let's go with Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off, Joe. I mean, Natalia's in the Money in the Bank match, correct?
Yes.
So there is a chance Natalia wins Money in the Bank, cashes in the same night, kind of deal.
That is correct. I think that is what Mr. Ant is predicting. So I think that could be the booking if Natalia should win the briefcase with her bad knees.
That's fantastic.
That's why it starts at 7 p.m. It's going to take a long time for Natalia to climb a ladder.
Great. And Joe, you saw the double knee issue, correct?
I did. Yes.
Well, I can tell you from experience that if you hurt one knee, you try to balance it out with the other knee. You overwork the other one, that one gets hurt. So I can see it where it hurts one week and then the next one hurts the next.
It's a classic overcompensation.
Mm-hmm. They tell us about it in gym class, and we all forget it by the time we're older.
Okay, fantastic.
So next we'll go to the WWE Championship match. AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, last man standing.
Green Ant, let me ask you something. Who are you a bigger fan of, Nakamura or AJ Styles?
I do enjoy Nakamura. When I was younger, big fan of AJ Styles. AJ Styles, especially when I was in my teenage years, had quite the innovative style. But nowadays, Nakamura takes the cake.
Nakamura, even in WWE, or not as much as when he was in New Japan?
I understand the cooling off of Nakamura in WWE, but I still feel he's got one. It takes one big match in Japan, and this might be that match.
True. And I also think the no speaker English thing is fantastic.
I agree.
I find that funny. So, all right, who you got in this one?
Nakamura all the way.
Interesting. Okay. Joe, what do you got? Go ahead.
I'm going to take Styles to keep it. I don't know why. I don't know. The only finish that I have in my head is Nakamura trying to go for a low blow and like AJ Styles wearing a protective cup of some sort. That's what I'm going with. So I'll take AJ Styles to win.
I feel like you can't have they should not have Nakamura lose again. Like it's like how many times can always a bridesmaid, never a bride, something like that. And I feel like having him lose would be bad long term. So I think as much as I would like to keep it on AJ Styles, I think it's going to be Nakamura taking the title.
Maybe he's just on the Ryback push, bro. Maybe that's what it is. Just main event, loss. That's how you do it. And
then quit and bury people on podcasts and then make a supplement company?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to the women's Money in the Bank. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, Sasha Banks.
How many people are in this match?
Carry the one, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 8. There's 8 in each, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot most of the people you mentioned already.
I'll take care of it for you. You only need to know Natalya. You only need to know Natalya, and both bad knees is going to climb her way all the way up to the top and unhook that briefcase.
All upper body strength, right?
She's
not going to be able to walk.
I've seen her work out in the gym. She can get a good pump on her, all arms.
She got the Hart family upper body. You know what? I think you're right. I just want to be different, and I want to say Ember Moon because I'm a big fan of Ember Moon.
I am pulling for Ember Moon to win, but I'm going to also take Natalya to win. Seems like that's the story and the direction they're headed. So I'm going to go with Natalya.
Joe, true or false? You will be asleep by this point.
If it's late in the card, it's going to be tough. So if it's after 10, it's going to be a struggle. So it's possible. But I don't know if they do the Money in the Bank match early, they give her the opportunity to cash in. Maybe I will be awake for it. But I will go with Natalya climbing with upper body strength. So men's Money in the Bank. So here we go. I'll try to do Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, The Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and a member of the New Day. And I'm not sure that it's been announced, although it's been heavily rumored to be Big E. I'm not sure that I have not heard that it's been announced yet. So those are the 8 competitors in the men's Money in the Bank match.
I'm going to go with who I want to win and the long-term plan. I'm going to say Finn Balor wins it. He cashes it in on AJ with the help of Anderson and Gallows. That's what I got.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm going to go with I'm going to take The Miz because I feel like I don't know why. I feel like Braun is what I would do, but I seem like every pay-per-view I feel like they should just keep pushing Braun and they never go all the way with it. So it's frustrating. I don't think Owens or Balor or Rusev or Rude are going to have a shot. I would have Samoa Joe win it, but I don't know if they're gonna give him this or not. So I'm gonna say they'll give it to Miz and let him be super annoying on SmackDown for a while until he eventually cashes in on AJ.
Well, I have Rusev, mostly because he was just robbed out of his hotel room and he's looking to regain some of his possessions. So he's going to climb that ladder and grab that briefcase and then fill it with all the things that are missing from his hotel room.
I heard about that. Who else got broken into? It was Rusev and who?
Rusev, Lana, and Paige.
Interesting. This is a PG podcast, so we're not going to go any further there.
Nope.
But,
that's it.
No, that's where we stop.
Midnight contract signings for the SmackDown GM.
So yep, that is the 10. Those are all 10 matches. We made it through all the way. So 15 matches on the course of the weekend for those that are counting.
That's a lot. I'll pose this question to Green Ant. What match are you most excited for all weekend?
I love Money in the Bank matches. I love ladder matches. The men's Money in the Bank has not truly disappointed me in a long while. So men's Money in the Bank is where I'm going.
Gotcha. Joe, what do you think?
I'm also looking forward to the men's Money in the Bank on Sunday. But I'll say that I am very interested to see Gargano and Ciampa in a street fight on Saturday night. If I'm combining, they had a really good match the last time, and I think they should do just as well, if not better, this time with the street fight stipulation. So, what do you think?
I will echo your sentiments on that one. I was a little disappointed to hear that it was originally supposed to be a last man standing match between Gargano and Ciampa, and then because of the Nakamura AJ thing, they switched it to a street fight. I think Gargano and Ciampa, based on their feud, a last man standing match would have been creatively made more sense there. But with whatever they're gonna do, they literally always steal the show. So I'm really looking forward to that. But like you said, it's gonna be a long weekend of wrestling, buddy. But Ring of Honor shows are this weekend too, correct?
Yeah, they got a tour going on. I know they have a show tomorrow. I don't know if there's one Saturday and Sunday, but I know there's certainly one tomorrow night. There's a couple over the course of the weekend. I think several of them, if not all of them, will be on Honor Club for those who subscribe.
So it's a long weekend of wrestling, a lot to look forward to. And maybe what I could do is, I'm going to write down all of our picks. I will post them, and maybe the winner can get, I don't know, we could talk about something. Maybe a Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy, possibly $1 Million Man, maybe Axe and Smash, Demolition. There's a lot of options out there. And, maybe we could pool our points together and we could see who comes out on top.
All right, I'm down for that. We can get it documented on the internet. It's out there forever, man. So
once it's on Twitter, it's in the universe, man. There's no coming back from that. If anybody wants to change any of their picks, now is the time.
So I'm holding to what I got.
Standing strong.
My logic is sound.
Listen, you have admittedly you have some of the best logic I've heard in a prediction show. My favorite happens to be about the Rusev. So now we can look forward to Rusev winning Money in the Bank. Damn, I should have thought about that. Well, listen, Greenette, we want to thank you for coming by. Again, your picks were awesome. You brought some insight. You brought some behind-the-scenes stuff, especially about Natalya. I didn't know about the upper body shrink. That changed everything for me.
It's a big deal that not many people know about.
You can't fight facts, and that's what you brought to the table today. But we appreciate you stopping by the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast. Tell everybody where they could follow you on the social medias.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @_greenant_, Facebook at facebook.com/greenantwrestles. And you can watch my Colt Cabana match on Chikara using the promo code JEDDAH, JEDDAH. It's a 4-week trial, and you get to have it for free. This promo code ends next Wednesday, though, so act fast.
Glad you said that. It ends next Wednesday. I wasn't sure, but there's plenty of matches on there you could watch. I mean, you have the trios coming up. You know, there's how many more cards left in the season?
Oh, my goodness.
6, I believe, maybe 7. It's a long season.
There's a lot. So we have Clan War. Well, Go Eat Worms coming up next weekend. Clan Wars right after that. 2 more, and then we're into King of Trios, and then I think we have 4 or 5 on the home stretch of the season.
So that's, 9, 10, 11 shows coming up. And you go back in the archives and you can watch the old Chikara events. It's awesome. It's cheap. And the best thing is you guys are on Roku. It makes life so easy. Everybody's got a smart TV now. You pop in Chikara, you put in the code on your website, and you're good to go. Nice and easy. Out the door, and everybody follow Chikara.
Absolutely. We're as accessible as you want us to be.
Oh, I like that. Just like the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast, as accessible as you want us to be. Because you can find us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, at All Night Long WP. Damage 365 Radio Network. YouTube, subscribe to our show. We're like 21 subscribers away, and then we get a custom YouTube URL. Who doesn't want a custom YouTube URL? Follow the show. We need the help. Joe, did I forget anything?
No, I think you nailed it, buddy. I appreciate you throwing that out there. Everybody follow Mr. Green Ant and ourselves on the social media and the YouTube channels, and I think everyone will enjoy themselves.
And once we get that custom URL, whoever the 101st subscriber is, Joe is going to come to your house and wash your car.
All right, we could talk about that offline. I feel like it's
already out there. We're live.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it'll be with the Twitter results, really.
Oh, that's right.
Once it's out.
I can't wait till Mikey's up to 11 o'clock writing the Twitter predictions on Twitter. That's gonna be great.
I'll use the tweet longer. I'll take all night. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Once again, the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast featuring Green Ant. He's the Stallion. I'm the Enforcer. And once again, we are all tapping out.
That's me.